What was the point where you kind of realized, you said like things started to pick up, but how did you realize that you were onto something? When did you start getting that positive feedback? Because I find that to be one of the challenges, especially when you're in a creative space or you're building something new, is you want that persistence and that perseverance to keep going, but you also need self-awareness to know, okay, I need to get off of this track and move. So how did you navigate that?
Yeah. So I had been running The Abundant Artist as a side project for a couple of years. I was working, I got a day job at a marketing agency, and I had switched jobs from the agency to a software company, and I was kind of doing marketing there and running The Abundant Artist on the side. And one day this is so funny. I woke up and I checked my email. I checked my work email. I checked my other work email, my business email. And I had another inquiry about some coaching that somebody wanted me to do. And I had a panic attack because I was so busy running my side business as well as running my day job that I just felt like I couldn't take on any more projects. And I sort of felt trapped. And I called my wife and was like, I'm having a panic attack. I think I'm going to die. And she talked me off the ledge, and the metaphorical ledge. And we decided that I would quit my job a little early.
Wow.
And because we already had an exit plan, right? Mm-hmm. We were sort of, if we get to this revenue level, then we'll make an exit plan to quit. And so it was a little earlier than we expected, but I was like, if opportunities keep popping up, then we'll be okay. So the next day I went into my boss's office and told him, and he was super supportive. And so we had a nice gradual exit. I gave myself a 2-month exit from my job. And in that time period, I booked a paid webinar. I was like, okay, we're going to do just to give myself a little more extra cushion. Mm-hmm. And so over the course of a month, I set up and sold a webinar, and we had 500 people pay to attend this webinar that we put together.
That's fantastic.
And it was fantastic.
That's amazing. Did you already have a social media following? Were you already kind of like well known in the space at that point?
I mean, we're a very small niche. Like, people teaching professional fine artists how to sell their art on the internet mm-hmm. is a pretty niche group of people. We had probably around 3,000 people on our mailing list at that point. And so it was, those 500 people who signed up for our webinar came from that list.
That's incredible. That's incredible. Now, open rates now in 2020 are a lot lower than they have been historically. Was that a challenge for you in actually getting people to bite? How did you craft your webinar? Walk us through a little bit of that. You had 3,000 people. How did you make sure that you were serving them in the way they need to be served?
Yeah. It's interesting that you say open rates are worse now than they were back then. I think they're about the same.
About the same. That's fair.
Yeah, but it totally depends on your niche and what you're doing and how you promote yourself. The Abundant Artist has always been very low hype, very low hype. So we don't do like we're going to change your life type marketing.
Yeah.
I'll say, if you join our courses and you do the work and you stay consistent at it, then in 3 to 5 years, you'll have a pretty good career. That's how we sell.
Yeah.
We don't do the buy our course and you'll be a millionaire thing. So we've always sold ourselves as an education organization. Mm-hmm. Very early on, our core course, our most popular course, is called How to Sell Your Art Online. And when we first started putting it out, it was join our course and we'll show you how professional fine artists learn how to sell how they sell their art online. We have case studies with professional fine artists, and if you do the work and you do the work for 30 days after the course is over, then we guarantee that you'll make your first sale online. And if you don't make your first sale, I'll get on the phone with you and figure out what went wrong, what didn't work.
So you have a guarantee up front when someone signs mm-hmm. up. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And if I get on the phone, it's very, very rare that that happened. Mm-hmm. But every once in a while, somebody wouldn't get a sale, and I'd get on the phone with them and help them figure it out. So it's not like a lot of people talk about hustle and scale and stuff. We built a pretty significant, pretty rad business just by treating people well and making realistic promises.
Yeah, as Kevin Kelly says, it's all about getting that 1,000 true fans that just really love what you do and being genuine. And I think that's one of the biggest challenges that we have as marketers in 2020 is it's just so hard to stand out and be genuine because, like you said, everyone's always trying to scale. You're trying to stand out amongst all these people that are yelling, buy now, the list is ending, time's running out, don't miss out. You know, it's just a really hard thing. So if you're not,
so don't get me wrong. We still do, like we still tell people there's a deadline. Registration is going to end at this time. We do all of the, the time-based marketing and the scarcity and all that, all those sort of marketing basics. We just do it in a non-aggressive way.
Okay. Yeah. So are you doing a lot of outreach? Or are you waiting for people to come to you? I shouldn't say you use the term waiting. Are you putting the art out there that attracts people to you, so to speak? How are you actually driving leads to your funnel, Cory?
Right now, most of our traffic comes from organic Google searches. If you do a Google search for anything related to selling art online or artist websites, you'll find us. So we get quite a bit of traffic from that. And then we have, we don't have a huge social media following. We've got like 15,000 people that follow us on Instagram and another 30,000 that follow us on Facebook, but they're very engaged. They know when we post new content. They share it with their friends. Every time we post something new, it does pretty well. So people like us and they tell their friends about us. And at this point, we've been around for 10 years. So there are people now who first found out about us when they were teenagers and just thinking about going to art school, who have gone to art school, finished art school, and are now ready to start selling their art. And so they look us up. Yeah. So, I guess some of the other things that we did in addition to our SEO rankings is I spent most of 2014, 15, and 16 traveling quite a bit to do guest lectures at various universities and artist professional associations. So that stuff super doesn't scale. Like flying to Richmond, Virginia to do a talk for 25 people, a one-day workshop for 25 people, not a moneymaker, but what it does is it's lets those 25 people in the room have a great positive experience. And then they tell all their friends who are artists about it. And a lot of those people will come out and join our online courses afterward.
Do you think that builds up your, I guess, street cred in a way, right? It builds your credibility as you get these public speaking engagements?
It does, but not because people see a logo on my website or see that I speak on my website. It's because I'm actually out talking to people and I'm a real life person that they can touch. And a lot of niches like art, they don't trust the internet.
Right.
They don't trust a person that they see on a website. They want to talk to somebody. They want to shake their hand. They want to be able to have a one-on-one conversation with them. And plus it's fun to do that, right? I'm an extrovert. I like getting out and meeting people. And that was part of the reason I wanted to do it is I don't like to just sit behind a computer screen. I want to actually get out and meet the people that I'm working with.
Yeah, no, I think that's really powerful. And I'm kind of the same way. I've got a lot of artists, as you can see with my beautiful palm trees over here on the right, only on sale this evening for $999.99. Hit me up. I can only sell the one though, because one of them's my wife. I don't have the ownership rights to that one, but anyway, hit me up on that. But a lot of people, I think, in the artistic space are not necessarily extroverts. Most of them are going to be introverts, I think, in general, which is why I think that theabundantartist.com is a really important place with lots of resources to help you sell your art. That's what you're doing. Thank you so much for watching. I'm glad you enjoyed this episode. I've got several other episodes right here for you. Smash one of these videos to make sure that you don't miss out on the tips, tools, and tactics of industry experts. Let's take that side hustle full time. Smash one of these links.